Okay, so I want to show you the card that I sent to the team for the recognition this month. And I decided that I was going to cut the things so that you could see how I laid them out on my plate. I am using Leaves of Holly, the stamp set, and the dies. So most of the dies are on here. There's a couple still left in my case. And we're going to go ahead and push them through here. Ouch. Pinch your finger. All right. Now I needed these two little greeneries. I needed 4 of those, so I did cut 2 of those out already. This little piece right here, let me pull these out. This little piece right here goes behind this tag, and ooh, that looks like it might have to go through again. You see how light that is right there? I might have to run that back through. But this goes under here so that the green shows through. Let me get this off of here. We will run that back through. And we'll see if that one's good. Sometimes I see if it'll fall out by itself. You see that? It just popped right out of there. Okay. All right, let me do this again. Sometimes just moving it on the surface will help it to just clean out some of those little shads. See if I can get that line back up there good. I hope I don't mess it up because I don't have another piece of paper. Okay, now I don't know if you can see the difference. You see how dark all of those lines are. I'm pretty sure that went through the whole way. And you see this cute little border around there? It's very fragile, so you have to be really careful as you glue that down. All right. I'm finished with that. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn my phone off. I'll probably forget to turn it back on too, but okay, so our other pieces are supposed to be Pool Party, which I'm not seeing here. So so it'll be like this, and then I'm just layering it. Put my sample out here. So I have a piece of like 3 by 4 1/4 that I ran through with the leaf embossing folder. And that's going to glue to this very narrow piece of Real Red. I love Real Red and Pool Party together. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Now I see the back of it was stamped. But that's okay. Doesn't matter. Don't need that. We'll just get this centered here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, now I need to get my pieces out of here. And of course I didn't bring my brush in, so I should have done that ahead, I guess. Sometimes it's helpful to show the whole process, and sometimes people don't want to see the whole process. So grab my Take Your Pick tool. Well, I brought it in here somewhere, but here's an end to the Take Your Pick tool, so I'll just use that. These are a little tricky to pull out of here, especially if they're sticking, and this one is sticking just right here. So I'm going to just press that down and pull that direction. Because they go like this, you want to be careful you don't just yank on it and rip it out, because you need to go both directions in order to not tear the one part. So it's just a little tricky, and this one's sticking. So I probably should have turned that upside down to cut that, but it's not terrible. It's just they're very, very tiny areas. So okay, and they just get caught in there. Okay, get them all back to where they belong. hopefully. Let's pop these out. All right, so there's our pretty piece. And then you also have this little piece that I feel I haven't done anything with yet, but you can imagine I had quite a few of those. And I really think that would be a pretty accent that you know, if you just saw that side of it. So I think that would be a nice accent on a card. All right, I did cut this from Merriest Moments, the set that we had in the catalog last year that carried over. I think I copied this from Gail Ellis, maybe. I'm not sure, but she used some of these on her card, and I really liked that extra little leaf rather than just the leaves that I was using. So, all right, so we have this pool party one. Let me get that out here. See if we can get that one out a little bit easier, hopefully. Okay. These aren't bad because you're not going all the different directions. All right, so that's just a little accent piece that does not have a stamp that goes with it. And then I have this piece that we're going to stamp. Let me see, what else do I have here? Don't want to throw anything away. We have our green pieces. All right, I think that's everything. So let me grab the Stamparatus. And I'm going to just show you how I set this up. I've been trying to show that just to remind people that it's so easy to do. So I have this little template that I just keep with my dies. And then because this is photopolymer, I can just lay this right in here. And I want an even amount around the whole thing. So I think that's good. Now I just need to close this and grab it. And now the stamp's over here. And now I can put my cut piece in here. And that way I don't have to stamp it and then cut it out and mess it up. And you can see here, I did that for this one and it's not lined up very good. I am going to just try this on scrap paper really quick before I use my good white paper, because I want to make sure that I have it straight. So I usually do a trial run. And I'm using mint macaron for this. I really like the combination of, I never thought pool party and mint macaron would go together, but with shaded spruce and everything, it really does give it a nice look. And thank you, Karen, for my little hockey puck thingy, hockey tool, whatever. Love it, love it, love it. Now, let's see. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay. Hi, Pat. Glad you could join us. All right, so let's go ahead and put this in here. And we'll ink that again. It feels like that's not. I can see my plate is slanting down, so I think I need a little surface under here. I'm gonna, well, let's see how it turned out first, but I might need to pop it up. That actually looks pretty good, but I think it's not catching right here. So I'm gonna take my silicone mat and just slide it under there. I could use a piece of cardboard or something, but I just need to raise this up a tad. And I usually have some paper under there to do that because I want, when this plate closes down, I want it to be, what do I want to say, parallel to the base so that all the surfaces can touch at the same time. You can see there's still ink right here that didn't touch down. And it looks like it's still there. Oh no, it is. Okay, that's good. All right, so that is finished. And I'm just going to get that out of the way for now. Okay, we're ready to layer everything together. And I am going to actually better stamp this first. Might be a good idea. Now this Merry Christmas comes, or Christmas Wishes, comes from this set. So the only thing I pulled from the other set was this little leaf, this little stamped leaf here. And I'm going to grab my piercing mat here because I sure don't want to mess this up. See if we can get this on here nice and straight. Press it down, a few seconds, lift it up, bam. And I'm going to clean this right away because you know how red stains. Get my handy dandy Norwex cloth out here and get that baby cleaned off. Okay. All right. Now we can put it together. I do have one more thing to show you, so I'm trying to hurry really fast. I also pulled these out. These little textural elements. I hope that you'll see how they totally make this card. So I might not glue everything down. I might just show you how I positioned this because I do want to show you that other project. So here's this little piece that just tucks right under there. Look at that. It lines up perfectly and gives greenery to that piece there. All right. I'm trying to do this without gluing it just to save some time. All right, so then after that piece is on, I am gonna tuck one of these little guys behind here. Of course, I want it on my card, so we'll tuck that there. And then I'm gonna add this. This is gonna come down here. Oops, got some little pieces in there. Where did they all come from? I guess when I was taking all that stuff out. So we've got our mint macaron here, and we're going to add some Pool Party here. And then I'm going to top it off with this pretty thing with the shaded spruce. So we've got basically three greens and green blues going together here at the same time. And then I've got these little pieces that I'm going to just, tuck this one behind here. I don't want to see the base of it, so I'm going to stick it in there. So all of this I would be gluing down if I was doing it. I did bring this in with my green glue, with our Tombow liquid glue, which I put into this little bottle just so that I have all these fine areas that I can fill in. And I don't fill in every little piece. Like, it doesn't all get glued. It doesn't need that for the most part. Okay. I got a couple more pieces here to use. This is going to go behind here. This is going to go behind here. And then last but not least is this little thing. And I found we did color, where did I put my markers? We did color this with the blends. And you would think that that would be the best choice, but I feel like these regular markers made way better color than the blends did, which is very strange. But you see how that just colors the whole thing. The blends left some of that wood color showing through. And the nice thing about this is if you want it going this way, you can do that, or you can have it going this way. So both sides are nice. And then I chose to just do the stems in early espresso rather than doing another green that could be, I don't know. I wanted it to stand out, so we just did early espresso on here. And my early espresso marker leaves a lot to be desired. It's getting very dry. Anybody else need Stampin' Up! To offer single markers so that we can replace ones that we've used too much? Okay. I'm just being careful because I'm trying not to ruin the tip of my marker. All right, so there we go. That I would let and glue it right here. Isn't that cool? That adds such a perfect touch to that. Now I was thinking it might be fun to add some enamel effects on that, but I feel like I'd want to do that after it's dry, after that ink is dry. And last but not least, it needs a bow, and we have this new, there's red and green ribbon together, and it is a really pretty, I don't know what you would call it, a linen-y feel maybe, type of ribbon. And I'm just going to make a bow, and whoops, I pulled that out way too far. And we'll put that on our little wooden piece. I got that a little bit too long on that side. And a glue dot will hold that. And what I did was, let me show you. Because this wooden piece is already sticking up, I took and stuck the knot of the bow right beside it and stuck it right down beside this piece so that it wouldn't add more depth to the card. I really feel that I can send this card without extra cost. These wooden pieces do not stick up that far, and you saw that I didn't add any dimensionals to that because I knew I was going to have dimension on this last piece. Yes, Boughs of Holly. It's so pretty. Okay, so that's that card. This is the finished card if you want to do a screenshot of that. Some of you will be getting that card. And then I wanted to, I have one partially finished here that I wanted to show you, that is using the Celebration paper that is still available. So I can still show it to you and not get you upset with me. Hopefully it's still available. I just have a few things here, and I have a messy piece of scrap paper behind here. Was accidentally printing stuff on my expensive labeling sheets that I had accidentally left in the printer when I didn't get my packages sent before I left this weekend. So anyways, I did start these pieces. This is the gold silver designer paper that's in 6x6 that is free with Celebration. I didn't bring the whole pack in here to show you, but most of you have seen it. And I did leave one here to color. You can see I colored Pacific Point, and this one I colored in Granny Apple Green and some Old Olive. So I'm going to open those and do the other one. And I'm going to start out with some Granny Apple Green. And my Granny Apple Green must need re-inked because it's not laying down as much color. I'm really surprised at the really low amount of color that it's laying down. And you notice that I'm trying to do a circular pattern because that's how these brushes work best. They lay down more ink whenever you are going circular, in a circular motion. And I just want a couple spots. I don't know, I saw this idea online, this card, and it was really pretty. And they just added some dark spots and some lighter areas. So I'm just trying to like really get those dark spots in there because I think they're what's going to make this card look awesome. Okay, so we'll stop there. I did bring a tissue because where all of that embossing is, the ink is going to stick to that and then it will smear everywhere. So you can see how much I took off of the blue. That really was excess. So I did those already. And now we're ready to put this together. So these are 1 1/8 by 3 3/4. And then my base black piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then of course just the card. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. If I can get my glue to start there. And then we can go ahead and layer these pieces on. And I have them, they're buckling up a little bit because as I was wiping them off, they got, that you saw how they wanted to just curl up a little bit. So I am going to glue quite a bit on them. Not that they normally need that, but, and now I'm just going to do every other a different color. And I'm going to leave a little more than 1/8 of an inch there. And let's see, I'll put this darker spot over here. Trying to make sure they all look the same. And then we have one more green one. It looks like I should have made them a little further apart. Okay, come on here. I think that'll be okay, because I'm going to put, then we're going to put these little circles, and I have a Pacific Point, a Granny Apple Green, and an Old Olive piece. And I'm also going to use our silver cord. I can't remember what it's called, but I have a bunch of dimensionals back here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the covers off of those. And then I'm just going to randomly wrap some of this cording through here. And I think what I'm going to do is first put a, where did I put my glue dots? I'm going to stick a glue dot or two down in here to catch the ends. Oops. And let's do one more just for fun. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to just give this a little start right here, glue that down, and then sort of keep an eye on the front of my pattern and how it looks. And bring that back up, so we've got that. I don't want it to, I want it to be random looking, so I'm trying not to get it on my dimensional, because then that's going to make my dimensional not stick very well. So let's overlap that one a little bit. Bring this over here, stick it to that glue dot, and let's do a bigger loop here. I think I'll have to take that one around. It's okay if it sticks a little bit to the edge. All right, I think that's enough. Maybe I'll do one more right here. See if I can get it going the right direction. And then I will just snip that off. And now I'm ready to put that in place. Put that there. And then I'm just going to glue these down. Let's see, where do I want this? I think I want that one up there. And maybe this one right here. And then I'm going to pull in these beautiful red and green dots. And it looks like I used silver and the green for my class last month. So we used up a lot of those already. And I just want the silver because I used the silver paper. Oh my goodness, I did all this with no lights on, guys. I am so sorry. I hope it wasn't terrible for you. I even charged all my lights so that they're ready to go. I felt like something was off, but I didn't know what it was. This card makes me want to put like a ton of these on, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, let's get this other light on so you've got it from both angles. Now you can actually see what I made. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I forgot to do that. I was working in the dark and I didn't even think about it. Let me take this yucky paper off so that you can actually see it. Isn't that cute? Okay, the Heidi Collins is the designer on that, or at least the person that made that sample. Let me bring this back in so that you can see this one with the light. I am so sorry about that. Hopefully it made sense. Okay, so that is all I have today, folks. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and God bless you.